This summer I got the itch to get a project car to work on. I hadn't had a project of any sort since I sold the motorcycle from the My First Motorcycle build series, and I hadn't had a project car in many years. I knew I wanted a classic, and it was down to a few vehicles. Any type of GM torpedo, slant, turtleback vehicle, whatever you want to call them, like an Aero sedan was top of the list. I was also looking for a pre-1967 Suburban or Carryall, and any of the tri-5-year Pontiacs. I had previously owned 2.5 48 Aero sedans about 5 years ago, but they were too far gone for me to get back on the road, and I also had drug a 1957 Pontiac Star Chief out of a field in South Dakota, but that car was so far gone the roof was barely attached anymore. As my itch became more pronounced, my scratch became stronger, and my search radius for a suitable project vehicle increased. On April 22nd, I found a 1956 Pontiac Star Chief Catalina coupe down in Oklahoma City, and that's where this story begins. When 2 days later I was headed down there with the help of some great friends to pick up my new classic car. I borrowed my boss's GMC, thanks Aaron, my friend Colin's trailer, and headed south with my car-picking buddy Travon, who came along for the 1,600-mile adventure. You ready?
Oh, yeah.
We're ready. Close.
Ooh. Look at the size of that Walmart.
Where were all these gas stations when we needed them 4 hours ago? Church.
Jesus.
Jesus is right.
Jeepers. I'm rich, bitch.
Someone just sent you some loot? K5 Blazer up here.
Is that the one you just sold?
Opposite color scheme.
Oh, you're right. Dang.
She's got a little sun bake to her.
The other thing falls through, you try to buy that from him.
Should I go back up to that yard that had that Apache? There's another Pontiac. There was a bunch of stuff that looked pretty cool.
Dang, we got a Cadillac. Chrome trim package.
Shit.
Quit looking at my truck. $1.59 for diesel?
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, we just paid 30 cents more a gallon.
Fuck. Don't hit workers.
I'll do my best. No guarantees. Yeah, this place seems exactly like one of these long rectangle lot.
It's not bad. I drive-in game.
Well, no, he said he has the car like right out on the edge of the street, so we might just pull over on the shoulder and do it there. It looked like his driveway was dirt, so I think that's what he wants to do. I bet he has the forklift sitting right next to it. He just wants to get his cash and freaking pop that thing on. Patient to sit behind.
That lady looked like she was dying. She's like,
well, I mean, technically,
she was like this.
You're right. She's actually driving to the grave right now. Gonna pull up and roll out and roll in.
Stacks of cars.
I know. This is the country for it. This is like one of the best areas of the country. Everything's really dry out here.
Yeah.
A turtle about to get pushed.
Oh no. Turtle.
Oh, no, he avoided it.
Breaking,
nice hat.
breaking his sleeping.
Nice country out here. Green, rolling hills.
Couple tornadoes.
Yeah, there's a few spinners that come through town, I bet.
Ford Pro. How many roofs that place has? Holy sweet fuck.
Alright, we're super close now. Go through this stoplight, get to the next stoplight, take a right, and we're there. Getting a little excited, a little anxious. Well, I mean, you can only know so much about a vehicle through photos. You save them to your hard drive, and then you zoom in on them, and you look at every square inch, and you ask questions, and then you don't know until you roll up and find out the truth.
Over there photoshopping it, smoothing shit out.
I'm sorry, officer, I didn't know I couldn't do that. Alright, about a half mile now. A couple of Fords. Alright, we should be able to see it real quick, like
Full power. It's right up here to the right.
it is. It's going to be right up over this crest.
It's fucking already gone.
Right.
Already
Sorry, bud.
fucking gone.
Just sold it 14 minutes ago. What's the... That's 39... I think we passed it. What did it say? Rolled it up front. 4013, so it's back there.
What is this? What's this?
30, so it's going down already.
Okay. I'd just go in that neighborhood and turn around. Or can you whip really?
I thought he said it was going to be up front.
It's 4013?
Yeah.
It'd be on this side though.
That's right here. It's 4013.
You can go in the driveway. Just drive in there. Just
I'll
drive
back in. Oh, there's a car coming.
See, probably turn around the driveway.
He said he put it up front, but...
Probably in front of his yard. In front of his backyard.
What if this isn't the right place?
Walls. Does that fence look familiar?
Yeah.
You're good on this side.
I don't see it. He said he put it up front. Let me give him a call. Hey, I think I'm here. Kind of a tan house. Oh. Oh, well. It's 4013. Oh, shoot. Am I really far away? How far? Oh, I thought you said an hour and a half. I was like, jeez. Okay, can you text me the address and then I'll put it in the GPS? Okay. So 7531 on the same road. Okay, and I'll see the vehicle on the side. Okay, sounds good. All right, bye. Well, that was the right place. Just, he didn't give me the right place.
All right.
Well, that was a big build-up for nothing. So we said head east. We're heading east, right? Yeah. I'm not that turned around. Said same road. White House. 70, so I don't know.
Yeah. Should be this way, right?
Yeah.
Numbers going. Ascending. It's Frogger. Ripper.
So it's a White House.
There is someone behind us, but... What was the number?
I can't remember.
75.
So we said it turns. I don't know if it's on the right or the left, so it's a
Yeah.
White House, so. We said we'll be able to see it from the street. Okay, yeah, it was 70 something, so.
I thought that was 75.
Oh, is that what you said?
Something like that.
I should probably pay attention. There's a dog.
Typical. Dirty old mutt.
This is looking
It's
promising.
It's trash.
Oh yeah, this has got to be it. Look at this place.
7531.
There it is.
Are we gonna look around for a while?
If we can, yeah.
There's a red Honda coming out, just so you know.
Well, they're gonna wait.
Yeah.
At this point.
So there's a fire truck. Nice work, bud. Tell him to eat her. Freedom. Or shitty catfish freedom.
Get this thing lined up here. Alright, let's see where we're at. When I first laid eyes on it, I was surprised at how good a condition it was in. The only rust issue was the driver's side floor pan, which Gary had told me about and provided me pictures of. Besides surface rust, there was no actual rust on the exterior of the body. The outer and inner rockers were even rust-free, as was the entire trunk pan. I knew I had a great base to build upon. It looked to have all the trim and molding, which was a godsend. These Tri-5 era cars are 1 year only, and it can be very hard to find any missing bright work. plan of attack with the car was to get it home, inventory the car to see what was all stashed in the trunk, and see if there was any missing interior or exterior pieces. Next up will be a full cleanup and putting some elbow grease into the trim and molding to bring it back to life the best I could. I planned on leaving the patina as is, but cleaning that up as well. Over the winter, the goal was to modernize the chassis. I would do this with an LS engine swap of some sort, new front suspension and rear axle, and get it on airbags. I decided to experiment a bit with brightening up the patina. I bought a jug of Evapor Rust and CLR to use with Scotch-Brite pads to cut some of the surface rust off the paint. I found that they both worked equally as well for this application, and since CLR is cheaper and easier to source, I went with that for the whole car. The roof had quite a bit of surface rust on it, and I was able to recover some of the paint from underneath it and brighten it up overall. CLR really worked wonders on the hood and sides of the car, as there was much less surface rust to cut off the car. Next up was a detailing of the engine bay and reinstalling a few items that were off the engine stashed away in the trunk. During this process, I found out the car was equipped with a rear electric power wiper motor. After the engine bay, I went to work on the interior. I shop vacked everything and cleaned the trim, the paint and surfaces, and what was left of the real leather upholstery, another rare option. I also discovered the car came equipped with the top-of-the-line radio and a 6-way power seat. I knew the car had power windows, but I figured they certainly couldn't still function after all these years. I powered up the car and tried them out, and to my disbelief, all 4 windows worked great. I decided to add some shine to the cleaned up patina with some boiled linseed oil. Common in woodworking, linseed oil has been used by hot rodders for years to add some sheen to a fading paint job. I really like the look it gave the car. It looks a bit shinier in pictures than it does in person. In person, it looks like a matte clear has been applied over the paint. It was at this point one morning, a few days later, I was browsing Craigslist, which, considering I had just bought a project car, I had no business doing, and it could only lead to trouble. So as I was perusing, I came across my dream car, my favorite car ever made. It had just been posted about 25 minutes prior. The price was right. It was everything I had ever wanted in a project car. I immediately made the phone call, doing my best to forget about all the time and money I had invested into the Catalina. Long story short, I bought that car an hour later and the Pontiac went up for sale that same day. I ended up finding a great home for the '56 Star Chief. It now resides with Craig in southern Illinois. It will be his wife's car, as he has a blue and white '56 Catalina of his own. How rad is that? So there you have it. 2 days after coming home with the new project from Oklahoma City, I find the car of my dreams and I snatch it up. Please consider subscribing so you can follow along to the Manhattan Project as I take a car that I bought as a pile of parts and get it back on the road. Thanks for watching.